Hello and welcome back to the Cataclysm with me, Grey Hunter. Last time you guys saw this game, it was in an update video where I was saying why I hadn't been making videos and all that good stuff. And I'd said also in that video that, hey, I'd like to make videos of Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead at some point. And then I never really got around to doing it, because I had other projects, I was a little bit lazy, and mainly the other projects. But now they've released a new version, just this week in fact. It's called version 0.C or 0. Cooper. I don't know what the Cooper thing is for, but whatever. Point is, new version, which means that I thought to myself, hey, you know what? It's about time that you actually got around to making videos of this game and seeing if people actually liked it. Because I like it, I enjoy it, and I want to bring some of that joy to you. Because, for one thing, the game is completely free, and the second thing, they're updating it constantly. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me. So Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, it's a roguelike, and it's also post-apocalyptic. It has zombies in it, but it's not a zombie apocalypse as such. It's kind of an everything went to hell in a handbasket apocalypse. Like, everything possible that you could ever imagine has gone to shit. And it's beautiful. And the game is actively trying to kill you the whole time, so you get to have exciting, fun adventures. There's permanent death, so you don't go, oh, I should have reloaded there, or oh, I can reload there. It's so much fun. It's brilliant. The one downside, I will say, is that it uses ASCII code. I like ASCII code, but I know a lot of people don't, so I'm going to be using a tile set for this. Unfortunately, that's just the way it's going to be. It's more approachable for people, and I want people to be able to approach these videos and go, hey, I know exactly what he's doing. Or at least I have a vague idea of what he's doing, as opposed to, what the fuck is all that letters, numbers, stuff, why? So there's that. But anyway, let's get on with it. Let's move on to creating a world, because I already have a world on here, but it's the world that I transferred over from previous versions, so I could test out stuff. So let's create a world. There's only two mods that I am going to be using in this, and that is Ice Coon's weapon packs, because who doesn't like more guns? And also the Prevent Zombie Revivification one. And that's because, usually, I play a little bit slower than I will be in these videos, and I usually think about my moves a little bit more and then go, yeah, actually that's what I'm going to do. So I generally remember to pulp the zombies, but there's no guarantee that I'll do that when I'm recording a video. So just to make sure we don't get eaten in the middle of the night, no matter how hilarious that might be, if you guys go, no, seriously, that would be hilarious, I'll turn it off and create a new world and all that fun stuff. But until you say that, it's staying off. Size of cities is going to be at 5. It doesn't really make that much of a difference when you change it so slightly, but it can still make a bit of a difference. It'll just mean the cities are bigger, which means more places for zombies to hide, which is always fun. Spawn rates for everything, they can stay the same. Default region type, desert test is apparently one, but it's a work in progress feature. I'm not going to bother with it until they make it more stable. That's fine. It's a game that's in constant development. I think you can cut them a little bit of slack that there's only a default biome. Initial time will be 7 o'clock in the morning. I have changed this. It's usually 8 o'clock, but I made it 7 o'clock because you can't have half hours. I was going to have 7:30, but you're not allowed to. The initial season will be spring. You could make it summer, but I don't mind spring. Spring's okay. And the season length is going to be 60 days. It's usually 14. But I don't like it being so short, and I didn't really think that a 90-day season would be all that great either, so I decided that I'd just leave it at 60. It's not really that much of a big deal. I mean, it'll be okay. Static spawn is going to be a thing, because static spawns are good. Static spawns just basically mean that you won't have zombies appearing simply because you are walking around. Like, that's kind of simplistic. They will appear because you're walking around, because you're making noise, but they won't spawn because you are walking around making noise. That's what I meant to say. Go me! Totally articulate. Wandering spawns? No, I'm not having hordes. No, get fucked. I did play a test game before I decided to record this, just to have a look and see what some of the new career choices were, because there's professions for your characters, and that is a big no-no. It spawned me right in the middle of about 5 zombie brutes, and I'm all for hard games, but that was redonkulous. And no, not doing that again. Not in a million years. Classic zombies, no, because I like all my weird kind of zombies, like shockers and spitters and all that fun stuff. Surrounded start, no, no, not even once. Fuck off. Static NPCs, I'm going to leave NPCs on. They will wander around in the world. Static just means that, like the zombies, they are spawned at the beginning of the game instead of as you progress through it. I haven't really used NPCs in my games of Cataclysm, mainly because they've been so shit. But apparently they've been fixed, they're all good, they're all new, and that they're going to be wonderful. So they can be in our playthrough, they can be in here now. Electric City. Oh, as a world name, yes. Electric City. No, I have a better name. Electric City 2. Electric. Will this fit? Boogaloo. Hooray! There we go. Yes. Electric City 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yes, I am sure that we are finished. We are going on. Now, I have created a template for a character, and it does use one of the new professions. I will explain it when we get into the actual game. I'll explain the choices I made for the usual stuff, and then I'll explain the profession when we get in there. So, sniper template. I would like to be in the Electric City, please. Yes. Would you like to start the game there? Yes, yes I would. I just said that. I picked it, did I not? We are going to be female. I believe it's already selected that. We can find out easily enough. Random name me. Lachlan. Yeah, it's female. Those first two could be, like, they were just as easily male or female. It is, right? Yeah, it looks right. We'll probably change that name in a minute. For stats, you can get items and mutations throughout the game that change them, but I generally like to go with the strength of 9 because you don't need to be carrying all that much stuff, and higher than that, well, if you're getting into hand-to-hand combat with zombies, hopefully you have a weapon like a broadsword or something like that, and yes, you can get a broadsword. You can get Zweihanders. This game is a lot of fun. Dexterity, I like dexterity because it increases your chance of dodging somewhat, and it's also good for using guns, and seeing as I picked the bionic sniper profession, kind of important that would be good with guns. Intelligence, that's basically how quickly you can read books, how quickly skills rust. I put skills rust to intelligence cap, so I believe we won't really lose all that much skill until we get to like level 20 or whatever in various skills. But basically skill rust just means you have to practice them every once in a while, and usually you'll be using them. Usually you'll end up using at least one of the skills that you use a lot every once in a while. I'd hope. I mean, if you're not, then you're not really doing all that much in the world, are you? Perception, it's at 8. That is pretty much going to mean that we aren't going to be able to see a lot of the traps that are right in front of us. You could see me walk onto a landmine and it would be hilarious, yes, I will grant you that. For the traits, these things, they're generally dependent on what you think they're just basically your picks, although some professions do change which ones you can pick, like there's some where you are a genetic experiment, so you can pick actual mutations like tentacles or whatever, if you really wanted to. For us, I chose light step, which basically means we make less noise when we run around. We also are less likely to set off traps, so our perception shouldn't be that big of a deal, hopefully. Unless, you know, we're driving a car at God knows how many miles an hour and we drive over a set of landmines and everything just goes kaboom. Which could happen. It could. Addictive personality, I like that one mainly because it means that you have to be careful with medications. You can't just chug down an entire bottle of Vicodin or whatever and just shake it off the next day and be healed. It's not going to happen. It's not a thing. So I like that. Heavy sleeper is a quality of life thing, mainly because I don't like when I'm in a perfectly secure building, but there's a guy right outside going, "Hey, let me in, man, let me in." And by guy, I mean zombie. I don't like it when their constant knocking annoys me by waking me up every 5 seconds. So heavy sleeper, quality of life thing. Truth teller, I don't usually take, but this time, seeing as we're going to be playing with NPCs on, I figured, you know what? It'd be kind of cool if we had to play a person who, despite the potentially unscrupulous nature of their job, being a sniper and everything, had a compulsion to tell people the truth. That would be kind of an interesting twist. Trigger happy, Mainly a quality of life thing. It's not really all that big of a deal, but when it comes into play because you've got a ton of zombies coming towards you and that rifle you are holding happens to be auto-fire capable, and you fire like 5 bullets and kill all of them, instead of, you know, potentially not. Kind of a cool thing. Kind of a nice deal. Far-sighted and near-sighted, that's just basically down to preference and to fill out the negative points. It doesn't really do anything, just means you wear bifocal glasses. You start with a pair of them. If you lose them or they break, you need to find another one or you won't be able to see very much, which makes sense, so it's nice. Animal empathy is another quality of life mutation / trait thing, and the reason I took that is because, well, you can get gored by a moose if you're not careful, and I don't particularly want to have that happen to me. Plus, it means that other monsters that are more irritating than actually dangerous will leave you alone, but you also won't get your ankles nipped by them continually. Self-defense classes, that's kind of a role-playing sort of thing. I figured, well, somebody who's got military training probably has some form of self-defense training, and Krav Maga is one of the options, so, you know, that's a given. We're taking it. So, the scenario we picked is evacuee. That means we'll start in an evac shelter. We're a bionic sniper, which I'll go into more detail in a moment, but basically it means we have a rifle, we have a suppressor, we have some military gear. We're loaded for bear, we can kill stuff. Marksmanship is at 5, it starts at 3, but we had 2 points left over. You'll notice I didn't take as many positive traits and such, so we were able to bump our skills a little bit. 1 point from the character setup translates to 2 skill levels, so I put 1 point into marksmanship, raising it from 3 to 5, and 1 into rifles, raising it from 4 to 6. Survival, well, it's nice. It's nice to have. I didn't have to pick it, though. You get that automatically. And with that, let's pick a name. Come on. Atomos? Really? No. we need a name. We need a good name. Come on. There's got to be something in here that's good. Really? Really? There's absolutely nothing? Georgetta Benjamin? Oh, God. Yeah, there's really just... doesn't look like there's anything good. That'll do. Racquel Lockett. Bionic Sniper Extraordinaire. Let's go. Are you sure you're finished? Yes. We will take Krav Maga. Capoeira? No, that's dancing. Muay Thai? Never heard of it, really. Ninjutsu? Maybe, that's kind of good. Zuiquan? I don't know. I've never heard of that one, so no. We use this style. Yes, we are going to use the Krav Maga style. And here we are. It's snowing in spring. I'm not sure if that's really a thing over there in America. This takes place in America, by the way. It's in New England. I didn't know that you guys got snow during spring, but I guess, maybe. Alright, so let's... First off, I just smashed the bench, but... First off, we're going to put our suppressor onto our rifle. We're going to reload our rifle. And then we're going to smash this locker, and we're going to smash this bench. There we go. And what we're going to do first is we're going to make a makeshift crowbar. This is, again, another quality of life thing. We're going to be going off into the wild blue yonder, and we want to be able to get into buildings without smashing everything in sight. Actually, let's have a look at the map that we got given to begin with. So, we're close to a small town. What's in it? Looks like a fire station. That's what this F is. A church, a dojo, a liquor store, some houses, a furniture store, another church, a house, and another dojo. So there's not a whole ton of stuff down there, but it looks like the outskirts to a larger town, which could be good. Ooh, there's a laboratory right up there. Those can be a lot of fun. You can find some cool stuff in there, and there's some craters around us, which might mean that there's wreckage over there, but they're also radioactive sometimes, so you don't necessarily want to go near them. Sometimes that can be a bad move. So we've made ourselves a crowbar, but we can also make, if I remember correctly, an improvised picklock. Yes, we can. And we're going to make an improvised picklock because sometimes there's things that you will come across, like you might find a gun safe, for example, and you can't crowbar that open, but you can lockpick it. Of course, it's possible that if we go downstairs into the basement, we'll find that there's a crowbar and or a picklock set down there, and we don't have to worry about it. But, you know, it puts our fabrication skill up a little bit. As you can see, it's up to 39%. It started at 0. And fabrication's pretty important. It's a pretty big deal. So, next on the list of things to do, we are going to tear down these curtains. And we're going to grab the sheets and the long string. And the first thing we're going to do with all of this is we're going to cut up, using our combat knife, one of the sheets. We're going to not cut up the second one. The second one we're actually going to make a keffia out of. Keffia? I think that's how you say it. We're going to make one of those. We're going to put that on because it is, as we saw, snowing outside. And we need to cover up our mouth, otherwise we'll get very cold. And you can get frostbite and it will be bad. It will not be a fun thing. So the first thing we want to do with those other rags that we've got is we want to, where is it? We want to create for ourselves. Oh, that's right, I'm a fool. I didn't do what I actually had to do. I need a heavy stick, I think. I want to create a needle. Bone needle? Oh, I can't. Okay, usually I take fabrication as a skill, but apparently I have not enough fabrication skill to do that. That's okay. It's not a big deal. We will deal with that when we come to it. So down here we may find some items, or we may not. Occasionally you'll get really lucky and you'll find a basement that's absolutely chock full of stuff. Looks like today is not that day for us, which is unfortunate. Alright, so hello, who are you? You are Anita Henning, and you're wielding a USP 9mm. I kind of want that. But for now, we'll talk to you. How are you? Hey dude, I really need your help. Okay, what's the matter? I'm infected badly. I need you to get some antibiotics for me. Well, I suppose I could. I could shoot her. But for now I'll say I'll do it. And I won't last more than a couple of days, so hurry. Can you share some equipment with me? And, you know, there's a variety of persuasion options. I could try to intimidate her, but there's no real reason to, because persuade is probably going to work. I am helping you out. She gave me a 9mm. Like, bullets? Really? Yeah, she gave me 59mm bullets. She might have given me all her guns bullets. She might not have anything left to shoot at me. You know what? I'm going to push it. I'm going to ask her if I can get some more items. You just asked me some stuff, ask later. Alright, fair enough. I may shoot her for the bullets. Not for the bullets, for the gun, to shoot the bullets. I may just try to convince the moose to do it for me. It's possible that the moose will, because occasionally you can antagonize the moose, and the moose will come after you, and the NPC will try to kill it. I'm not sure that that's... It's kind of a dick move, but I'm headed that way anyway. If the moose decides that it's really interested in attacking me, I'll just retreat, and hopefully she will kill it. Is there anything around, like items? Just a rock. I guess I could kill the moose anyway for food. Do we actually have any food? I don't think so. No, we don't. We took the folded emergency blanket as well, because the roll mat and the tent will provide us with warmth, but an emergency blanket is even better, because blankets, well, blankets are nice. The moose doesn't seem to care about us. I'm hoping it stays that way, mainly because I don't want to waste my valuable bullets on the moose. I only have 20, I believe. Yeah, I've got 5 in the actual magazine, and I've got 15 in reserve. The 9mm rounds are kind of useless without a gun. It's possible that I'll actually find a gun down here, but it's also likely that I won't. And of course, if I don't find any antibiotics, there could be the very real possibility that I'd have to mercy kill her. Well, you don't really have to mercy kill people, I guess. It's always your choice to do it. But she would probably turn in a couple of days, because the infection that she's got is likely zombie. Because she was never really specific about what it was, so it's probably zombies. If I find antibiotics, though, I might give it to her, see if she gives me a reward. I've never actually done a NPC quest, so I don't know if she'll give me something for doing it. So there's a couple of zombies up ahead. One of them is significantly closer than the other. And only one of them is actually alerted to our presence right now. So I'm going to head over towards this one. What'd that say? The RV's battery dies. There's an RV? If so, I want it. There's an electric car down there. That could be quite useful. So that zombie is attacking the possum. God knows why. But okay, sure. You have fun with that. And there's a shrieker zombie as well. Fantastic. Shrieker zombies are the bane of your existence because they will yell a lot once they notice you. And after they've done that, that means other zombies will start coming towards you, which is a problem. So you want to sort of try and kill them quickly. And apparently she's realized that I'm here. Well, I say she. It's not necessarily a she. I have no idea what you were doing, but you one crazy zombie, man. Now you're attacking a rattlesnake? What is wrong with you? You're meant to be chasing... Yeah, there you go. That's more like it. You're meant to be chasing the humans. Going brains. Alright, 22 damage. I've got him stuck on a bush. So, hopefully we'll be able to do this. Really? The first hit, and it's a... Seriously? The first hit, and it's infected me. That's not the end of the world, though. You can quite easily fix up your wounds. It just makes it unfortunate that you'll either have to cauterize yourself if you have a lighter. Do we have a lighter? We do. Okay, so you'll have to cauterize yourself, or you'll have to find disinfectant. Yes, terrible shriek, I know. Disinfectant or a first aid kit with which to heal yourself. Alright, come on, into the bush. Into the bush, thank you. The combat knife gets stuck in the shrieker zombie, but you yank it free. Eventually, if you keep using these sort of combat weapons, that won't become a problem, but it's possible to lose your knife in the zombie when you attack it. It's entirely possible. So how close to being dead is it? It is nearly dead, so we should... Okay, good. We were successful. They've got a pair of jeans, a hoodie, pair of socks. Not really anything good. What about you? What do you have? Not really anything good either. How are we doing, actually? Okay, we've got a bite in our arm, but we aren't cold. That's the main thing that I was worried about, because I don't want to get cold. If you get cold, it's possible for you to catch the flu, and the flu is very, very bad. You're probably not curing that. Not easily, anyway, and then it puts you out for a few days. And if you catch it really early on in your adventures, you've got a big problem, because then you can't actually heal up. Like, you're wasting valuable resources healing up when you should be out there searching for more resources. So that's a firefighter zombie. He or she is probably going to come with some decent stuff, but I'm not sure if I want to tangle with them right now. I mean, I do, but on the other hand, I don't. There's a fat zombie down there too. Let's have a quick look at what's nearby. So there's an electric car there. How damaged is it? I can't see if it's got all its wheels. I'm suspecting no. It's got 3. Okay, no, it actually has all its wheels. Huh. Does it have battery power, though, is the question. If it does, I think I might try and take it back up to the evac shelter. So let's investigate. We can probably make it away. Oh, that's a zombie dog. That's the problem. Okay, no, it does actually have batteries. Okay. In that case, let's see. The zombie dog is a fair way away. We should be able to outrun it. Okay, let's go for it. Start up the engine. Come on. You don't find any keys. You could use... Oh, no. Oh, no. Damn it. It's got a security system, doesn't it? Yep. Oh, damn it. Alright. We're gonna have to run away from that. We need a screwdriver to get into that car, because of course we do. It used to be you didn't. Is that a... Oh, God. Is that a Triffid thing? Fungal flowers. Even better. So, actually, that might be what she's infected with. Fungal flowers, not a good thing. Mainly because if they infect you and you can't cure it, you're gonna die a very, very painful death. And it's possible that our dear friend will be dying that death, so I'm not gonna spoil exactly what happens. But suffice to say, it's not good. There's another car down there. I wonder if we'll be able to get one of them working. I'm gonna retreat slowly. I could start shooting. I'm not gonna do that. What I am gonna do though is I'm gonna check to see how my audio sounds, so I'll be back in a moment.